Okay, so welcome back again. We're going to do some more Buildcraft stuff. But the Buildcraft stuff's going to be quite varied, I think, really, because there's quite a lot I want to do. Yeah, one of the first things I actually did when I got back here is I wanted to make sure I was very clear about directions. So northwards is, so basically, yeah, south is F0 on that map there, and the X is staying as 0. Obviously, if you go down this line, and the Z is becoming larger. And so, similarly, for northwards, the X is retaining 0, and the Z is becoming smaller, negative. Just wanted to do that just so I get a good, because I'm probably going to call the, I'm probably going to have a naming system for all this stuff. And yeah, because this is going to be like a huge sort of crossroads sort of thing, as you might imagine. And then eastwards, the X is getting smaller here. It's obviously it's F1, and for westwards it's F3 with the so yeah, basically, so west and east are what control the X coordinates, which makes sense in a normal XY graph. That's how it is as well. And yeah, and obviously it's not the Y coordinates that are being controlled by north and south, but the Z coordinates, because Y is yeah, because of the plane. Okay. One of the cool things I just actually saw recently, when I do Blueprint, it actually has got my, well, yeah, that one was one that I didn't use, but it's actually got my maps in there already, which is pretty cool. But for the west and east section, I'm going to have to do differently, because obviously I'm using a different thing here. It's kind of because of that in the middle, but in a way, I think it's cool anyway. I think it would be this. I didn't want it. It's not great to do the same, and at least any time on this platform, I'll know if I'm going from west. At least know that I'm going, from west to east rather than north to south, just by looking at the pattern on the actual thing. I didn't actually want to do that one first. Yeah, I wonder if I do. I have a feeling that there is something to do with the order of placement. I know that's the case, to be honest. Just because I've used these things quite a few times now. So yeah, I've already set up these little positions here. Let's just chuck that piece of wood away. I'm going to try and activate the thing now. Yeah. In fact, you only need to actually look at that, because it couldn't be connecting to both and then not connecting to the fourth one. That wouldn't make any sense. So I'm then going to put my blueprint here. It's just giving me what I wanted, basically. I'm not going to put that in yet, because you have to name it before you put the blueprint in, or the template. I'm tempted to do a template of this, just so I've got a template as well. Because the good thing about a template is I can put any blocks in, so I can make any platform. And it is a decent sized platform I've got here. So I might just do a template as well, now I think about it. Oh, it actually creates a template for you. How interesting. Do it really do that? Yeah, that's funny. So this is going to be the well, I guess I could just put what I just put, the west east, maybe. I'll put east west platform. No, well, let's make it platform 2. Nah, well, it's the thing, because the first one wasn't descriptive, so I want this one to be descriptive. But at the same time, I'll just make the other ones descriptive. These are such generalized ones that there's not that much point making these too descriptive. I wonder if it's going to update in real time. Let's see. It's be interesting. No, it doesn't look like it does. Oh well, yeah, it did. It probably might have done. It just wouldn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't update in real time, I suppose. I was going to say, the thing is, I'm tempted to not always use the same one, but at the same time, it's not that bad. Yeah, I didn't use capitalization there, but that's annoying always now. Oh well, you know, you can't be too annoyed by it. It doesn't really matter at this stage. But at the same time, I may as well. So fuck it, I will. All right. So I've got platform 2 here now. Let's get rid of that one. There's one nice thing about just being able to chuck stuff over the edge. As that happens. Still didn't go over the edge. Off the edge. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to teach this one now. And I'm going to get a couple of blank ones. Do that. It's lock button I haven't actually looked at yet. Oh, that's because I didn't select it. Oh, that's okay. I can imagine lock will just lock it in, but should I try it? Yeah, it looks like it's just locked it in. What happens if I go out? Yeah, it's still locked in. Alright, that's cool. Alright. So we started here. So we're going to have a row of just end stone. Oh, and it ended here. Yeah, so I need to get rid of this row then, because that row isn't included. Yeah, so this was the end row, right? So if I put in this row, we should get a row of end stone, and it should do the 2 again. That's the aim here. So let's yeah. So that can leave now. And now it should be a case of, yeah, just start right here. Well, we'll see which way, yeah. So yeah, this is going to be quite a similar episode to the last one, but at least I do. But the reality is that, you know, when it comes to building, I have to build a lot of stuff here. So there's not much I can really do about it. So let's just think. We want to do it on this side, I guess. We want to do it here. So I may well end up placing this in the wrong place again, but hopefully not. So let's get the builder. Okay, there it is. So I'm not going to want it to be there. I'm probably going to want it to be here, and then hopefully it will just. No, oh no, I remember what I did before. I did it with the glowstone layer. It has to be behind the glowstone layer. So I want it to be right here. And I'm going to put platform 2 in there. And this time, it looks perfect. And that is, yeah, I mean, that's good. It's good that I actually got it perfect this time. And then I'm just going to I think I'll just say that I'll use two, because that's the thing, I really want to just get this to a better sort of level. So we need that, we need the oil, and we need the water. We're not going to need landmarks anymore, or glowstone at all. So we just need the water, need the builder, don't need that, don't need that. Oh yeah, but we do kind of need it, that's the annoying thing. One way perhaps I could no, I don't really want to do that. I was thinking of using ender chests or something like that, but it's not really worth it. So I'll just put in a couple of these. Yeah, because I do need to put in a lot of materials. Anyway, I think I'm going to cut this bit here, and then I'm going to just come back maybe when I've got something else I want to talk about. There's a few other things I actually wanted to talk about regarding the crafting table, so I'm just going to get a bit of this done and then come back. Alright, so one of the things I might have to do here is I actually have to do it the other way around. So I want it to start right about, yeah, I want the yeah, I think if I put it in here, I want to place it flat though, so I'm just going to put another block here. But if I put it here, and then get the blueprint, hopefully that will still work. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. That's cool. Unfortunately I have to sort of dig out this house a bit, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, so that's the one thing to keep in mind, that when I want to do it on the opposite side, yeah, just have to put it in the opposite corner. So yeah, I'm almost actually at the end of this whole process. It's taken a few hours. It's interesting to see, like at the moment I've got sort of three of them going at the same time. You can see that they're not all going at the same speed. I decided to use 3 engines this time. A daisy chain. I'm not even sure if daisy chaining even works, to be honest. I think it does. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically finish up, and then I'm going to look and see everything that I've got so far. Okay, so what I've done now is, like I was just said, I've basically gone and actually completed the whole of this thing, all the way to mainland on all 4 sides. So you can see we've got south there, west there, north there. So yeah, I guess we just go in order 0, 1, 2, 3 then. So we'll start off by going south. So yeah, there's some sort of shadows here. I'll just make it daytime actually. Some sort of shadows here. I've done the basically so from north to south it's like there's 3 things here, and I could potentially change them. Luckily, changing 1 row isn't that hard. So as you can see, I've done just a little bit here. It's sort of like a snow area. There's the sort of caves here. There's also actually a marble cave underneath, which is quite cool. So I'm going to have to start thinking about how I'm going to start interacting with the terrain. And you can see I just built a little staircase here. And yeah, so it's sort of yeah, pretty much right in the middle of a large snowy area there. So and there's actually a desert there on the background. So that's that area. And you can see there's actually some snow has actually formed here, which is potentially, I don't know, it's not great, but at the same time I could always use a terraformer to get rid of it. I'm not sure. I do wonder if things spawn endstone actually. I haven't really tried it yet. But you can see anyway. Yeah, so this is, so you can see it's took me probably about 2 or 3 hours to do all this stuff. But it was very necessary. And yeah. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the way the center looks. So you can see the 5-2 there, 5-2 all the way, and then we've got the threes, just basically 3 going all the way, with 2 gap, and it's quite a, yeah, I think it looks quite good. Obviously, I couldn't just do the these areas had to be, I couldn't just do the glowstone across there because then it would go past that one, and that wouldn't look very good. But I don't think that's that much of a problem. Potentially, I could actually even get rid of the line of glowstone. I might do that, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. Yeah, because like I say, I've just been working on this stuff, so it's a lot easier to make small changes once you've done like this sort of big sort of stuff that I've done. So anyway, eastwards. So yeah, so south was 0, wasn't it? Eastwards is 1, so let's go there. So you can see it's a fair distance. I think it's probably slightly shorter eastwards. I could compare the coordinates, but you can get a feel for it anyway. And again, eastwards, we've got two sort of things. We're like in extreme hills here, so we're pretty low down. And this was kind of like I actually had to cut away some of the area here to try to make room for it actually. But you can see that like I've done a similar sort of thing here as well. Just and yeah, funnily enough, I came out from when I was on one of my other projects earlier on, which is cool. The geothermal lava cell project. There's an industrial craft episode. So yeah, so that's cool as well. Didn't want to do that. Luckily, I've got stairs right here though. Okay, so yeah, let's move on, see what the next one holds. So yeah, it's really going to make things a lot easier for me now, because this way now it will literally, I can start thinking about how to cordon off various other areas, and that's sort of something that you can't really think about until you've really got these massive pathways in place, which is good. So northwards now. Okay, so we'll head north, and yeah, I don't know why I'm not sprinting anymore. What's happened to my stuff? What? Maybe there was something wrong with that, I don't know. Yeah, it does look drained actually. There we go. It's funny because even in creative mode you do get a lot of effects of items and stuff. Now this one, well, unfortunately for this one is basically, as you can see, a huge expanse of water. And I don't want to touch any of this water because it's going to update all the blocks. That's not good. So yeah, I've basically just stopped the path. It's a little bit closer than I was actually aiming for. But there is like stuff around it, and I could perhaps go under it. But it is sort of, yeah. I mean, to be honest, a lot of my spawn is ocean, And funnily enough, in the other side, there's actually there's a swampland area as well, right on the other side here, near the snowy place. So that could be cool in terms of slime spawning, stuff like that. So yeah, and the final way is west. But you can see I've obviously got quite a big area. What I really need to do, and I'll explain it in a minute actually. So yeah, you know, there's a fair way to go, whichever way you look at it though. That's the main point. At the beginning, I mean, I was kind of going a bit aimlessly at the beginning. This is, yeah, I stopped a bit earlier on here. And yeah, there's basically just a desert here. Of course, I could just go up and stuff and just to get in there. This is an interesting area. There's quite a nice amount of trees, jungle there. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this, but there are certainly a lot of features, and I do get to see a lot of the terrain. Yes, there are certain things down here. You can see, I think there's a, yeah, it looks like a mine shaft there. So yeah, so they're basically yeah, basically I've just done all the platforms, all the cardinal directions. So the next thing to think about is going to be well, there's a lot of different things I could think about really. I do want to say this is sort of the end of the building phase there. But saying that, you know, obviously I've got these paths going all four ways now. So the next thing, in a sense, that I'd want to be doing is to have a higher spot. I'm not going to think about. I have got some ideas about the interiors and the rooms and stuff, and sort of what sort of patterns I want to do for that. But what I want to do is basically get these other directions. You know, the northwest, the southeasts, the southwests, and the northwests. I want them in a higher platform. It's going to be difficult, but what I'll basically need to do is just go directly up from north, and then just do diagonal paths away, and somehow, hopefully, I can think of a way to use the architect table and the builder in a similar fashion to what I've been doing here. So yeah, I did actually say that I was going to do something with these tables. So let's just look at the auto crafting table again. So what I want to do basically is I want to see what kind of blocks are going to be okay. So let's take some pipes as well. Let's take a chest. I'm just curious at this stage to see you know, because basically you would think, right, that you would think the sort of like how am I going to do this? You know what? Basically, what I'm curious in seeing is what blocks the auto crafting table can actually take, because that could really decide how I'm going to do things. But I think, to be honest, I've done quite a lot here. I mean, I've connected all the paths, so I'm going to say that for another episode. So until then, thanks for watching.